Alright guys, it is currently Friday, and I got some good news for you, and I got some bad news. Good news, the Kobe Vault is still happening, but it's not going to be happening this week. Actually, it's going to be happening next week. Again, anything is subject to change, but it's right around the corner, literally. Now, I figured I'd also use this video to show you guys something really crazy that we saw load up onto sneakers. So, sneakers doesn't usually do things this early, but given the sheer amount of volume, it would make sense that they're loading up all the Kobe's a lot earlier in advance. Now, I'm not saying we're gonna see all these drop. We might see some pages for these load up. Maybe they'll save some for a future date too. I'm not saying we're gonna see all these drop on the Kobe Vault. That's not what I'm saying. But I do wanna go over this list of Kobe's that loaded up onto sneakers. Most monitors did not catch this. Only one particular endpoint had these loaded up on them. And I thought it was very interesting. This happened a while back. This happened like June 5th, I believe. And there's just an insane amount of Kobe's. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. I'm going to go through all the ones that loaded up. And again, I'm not saying for sure that we're going to see all these drop with actual stock on the upcoming Kobe Vault. They might save some, they might not, they might just load some with pages. When it comes to any precise early info, including the date, the time, the actual full drop list that's confirmed, that's going to be posted inside of Endurance, which you could join with the link in the description below. And I'd highly encourage you to join before this goes down because it's gonna be big. But nonetheless, considering this loaded up onto sneakers and one of our monitors caught it, I figured I could give it to you guys now. And you guys could come to your own conclusions regarding what you think it's gonna be. Now, before we go over this absolutely massive list, I do wanna quickly go over some stock numbers on some upcoming releases. First, we're going to be getting the Caitlin Clark Kobe 5 Protro Indiana Fever on June 30th for $190. This drop is right around the corner, and initially I was skeptical of how they're going to perform, but seeing the stock numbers now, I am thinking a little bit differently. So the stock for Nike US alone is 13,000 pairs. For a Kobe 5, that is pretty low stock, and honestly, I understand it for this colorway. I think Nike knows that this colorway isn't going to garner a ton of demand, but Caitlin Clark in general has a lot of positive demand because she recently defended Angel Reese, and that made her jersey sell out too. So I think this colorway might perform better than what I was initially expecting, especially with just 13,000 pairs. So I am expecting these to be profitable with a decent margin, at least in the large sizes, and potentially some other sizes too, we'll see. But yeah, this is a lot better than I was initially expecting because these stock numbers are pretty low. More stock numbers I got for you guys are for the Levis Air Max 95s. We're only going to be seeing the black and the white pair drop onto Nike sneakers. I believe that the blue pair is just going to be friends and family. Anyway, these are going to be dropping on July 11th for $205, and I am expecting both of these colorways to be profitable, not just because it's a Levi's collab, but because of the very low stock. So get a load of this. The stock numbers for the white colorway are going to be 4,000 pairs, and for the black pair, it's even lower at just 2,500 pairs. So these are not going to be easy to get. Now again, that stock is just for Nike US. We're also going to see these drop on Levi's, and that's going to be a whole nother drop, which we're monitoring inside of Endurance. So hopefully we see a better amount of stock on there, and people could cop there too. And the last sneaker I wanted to go over stock numbers for is going to be the Jordan 3 Pure Money. These are dropping on July 5th for $205, and it looks like there's 35,000 pairs loaded on Nike US, and that is about the same stock as what we saw on the Jordan 3 Soul 2.0, and you see how those are performing now despite it being an iconic colorway. So not too optimistic about these Pure Moneys performing well. I do think they're going to sell out. If you want a personal pair, don't sleep, but in terms of profitability after taxes and fees, I just am not too optimistic, unfortunately. At best, maybe you can make a couple dollars if you sell them locally off of platforms and you don't have tax in your state, but that's about it. And just a quick update before we get into this massive Kobe list. We got new in-hand photos of the Chase B Jordan Jumpman Jack Trainer, and as you can see, these really do glow in the dark. They're dropping on October 8th for $205, and while not all Jumpman Jacks are going to be great, this pair should definitely perform well enough for profitability. I'm looking forward to the drop. Let me know what you think. And the final update before we get to the Kobe's, we just got a close-up in-hand look of the Stranger Things Dunk Low. In my last video, I told you I was pretty skeptical about these, but But seeing how they actually look and how they came out with this aged vintage look, I think they were pretty well executed, and for $155, I could see some potential brick profit on the very large sizes, especially if you have no tax, but I'm still not too optimistic overall. So yeah, just at best, maybe brick profit we see on these. We'll see as we get closer to the drop. They're dropping in holiday season this year. Now, what's the deal with this Kobe list? So here's all the Kobes that loaded up onto Nike sneakers on the back end. This is not on the front end. You won't be able to see any of these if you just go visit, but I'll show you the screenshots of my monitor picking these up on June 5th. This was inside of Endurance. It's a little peculiar for sure, and you could conclude what you want. Again, I'm not going to give out any precise info in this video, but monitor picked this up. I figured I'd share it with you guys just to let you know. Again, come to your own conclusion. I just figured because the monitor picked it up, might as well share it with you guys too. So let's go through some of these. Kobe 4 Girl Dad, the Kobe 4 Mambacita, the Kobe 4 Pro Gold Medal, the Kobe 4 CHBL, the Kobe 5 Protro Year of the Mamba Eggplant, the Kobe 5 Protro Year of the Mamba University Red, the Kobe 5 Protro X-Ray, the Kobe 5 Year of the Mamba Black PE. Yeah, that's weird. Like, why are we seeing this load? That one of those things that doesn't really seem to make much sense, but again, take from it what you will. You know, come to your own conclusion about this list. I'm just telling you what loaded up onto the back end. That's it. That's all I'm saying. Kobe 6 Reverse Grinch, the Kobe 6 Mambacita Sweet 16, the Kobe 6 Italian Camo, the Kobe 6 Sail All-Star, the Kobe 6 Protro Dodgers, the Kobe 8 Venice Beach, the Kobe 8 Radiant Emerald, the Kobe 8 Court Purple, the Kobe 8 Mambacita, the Kobe 8 What The, the Kobe 9 Protro Masterpiece, and the Kobe 9 What The. Now that is an absolutely massive list. That is a bigger list than any vault we've ever seen before. And so it kind of would make sense if they hypothetically were deciding to drop all of these, why they would need to load it so early on June 5th instead of saving everything for last minute, which could be potentially disastrous. Again though, I'm just telling you what loaded up onto the back end, that's all. And again, remember they loaded with the title Kobe Vault : and the name of the Kobe. They didn't just load up a bunch of random Kobes. Right next to each title it said Kobe Vault. Very interesting, I must say. Again, for all the precise details, all the actual early info on any kind of shock drop, that is always posted inside of Endurance, which you could join with the link in the description below. But I figured I'd share some of this with you guys now. And again, remember, it's not going to be this week, it's going to be next week. Good luck.